Hello students and my dear friends. Today we are going to discuss on the topic which is very important, that is the management of natural resources. We are very clear with this term which is very much used in day-to-day life today. So first is the definition we will discuss here in this video, that is the part 1. Second is why we need to manage our resources. Third is forest and wildlife. Fourth is stakeholders and type. This is the first video which I am making of this chapter. So let's start with the natural resources. What is natural resources? Natural resources means the resources which is being provided by the nature for our own use. It includes both plants as well as the animal. In earth when we say, or in environment or in ecosystem when we say, there are many resources which we use in day-to-day life, such as water. The most important thing is water, the forest, the wildlife, and everything which is required to sustain our life on the earth. Now the question arises is, how do we manage our resources? That is the main question, that is the chapter. Second point is, how do we need to manage our resources? So there are various steps to manage our resources. Then if you are managing the resources, in what way you are managing? Because there are certain ways to manage our resources, and it is very much required to balance the environment. Then we have forest and wildlife. Both are supplement to each other, first of all. And then stakeholders play very important role, and its type will play very important role in the conservation of the wildlife and the forest. Let us start with the definition first, point wise. So when we discuss about the management of natural resources, so management means to save, to conserve in the best way we can, that is to save the environment, and to how we save the environment, that is the management. That is coming under the management. And what is natural resources, when we are asking or when we are telling what is management and what is natural resources? See here, the topic is management of natural resources. So management means how do we manage, means how do we are conserving, how we are keeping our resources. And what is natural resources? Natural resources contains two things. One is the plants, one is the animals. Okay, resources such as forest, such as wildlife. So these things, water. Now the question arises is, how do we need to manage our resources? Means what various steps we are taking to manage our resources. We will discuss this point wise. First, the first point to talk about the management of our resources. How to manage our resources is, the resources are limited. As we know that in our earth, the resources are managed in a very nice manner by the nature itself. But due to the lack of the knowledge and due to our own need, we are not conserving the nature and the resources what is available by the nature, and we are using in a very mass amount. So we know that our resources are limited. So first point here is that the resources are limited. How I will explain this, how we can explain this point. The resources are limited. See, for example, we are using the electricity. It's very simple, I am telling. We are using the electricity. So we are using in a very massive amount. So the step what should we do is that already it is in a limited manner. We can use some other alternative sources of energy or some conventional sources of energy to save the electricity. No one is saying that you don't use the electricity, but to save it for the future generation is very, very important. Okay, because the production of electricity takes a very large procedure, and it is today one of the most important day-to-day life use. It is one of the important discovery of science. Second, LPG use, coal use, petroleum use. All these resources is very good to use. We know, all know. Okay, but we should use such energy which are alternative, which are very mass amount, which we can conserve. When we use the alternative or some other sources of energy, which is biodegradable also, we can save this energy for the future. And we have to save because these resources are limited. For example, fossil fuels. Fossil fuels means what? Fossil fuels, how fossil fuels are formed? Fossil fuels include coal, petroleum, etc. Okay, but the question arises is how it is formed. So fossil fuels are the dead remains of the plants and animals under the earth's surface, under the earth crust. When the force of pressurized there, it forms and after billion of years it is forming. So see, a long duration it is taken for its formation. Now our major task is to conserve these resources. So the best method to conserve the limited resources is that use solar cooker, Okay, means sun energy, because it is a mass amount. How much amount you want, you can use these resources. That is the sun energy first. Second, wind energy. Okay. Third, biogas plant you can use. So there are many alternative sources of energy which is meant to save our resources, which is the best way we can. Okay. So the first point is limited. Second point is equitable distribution. What is the meaning of equitable distribution, my dear? Equitable distribution means that the resources should be distributed equally to among all. Suppose we are 10, and one is getting enough resources, 2 is getting or 5 is getting enough resources, 5 is getting enough resources, and other 5 is not getting resources in a nice manner. So if we distribute the resources, all the 10 or the entire nation or the entire where you are living, all should get the resources in the best way we can. That is the first point is limited. Second is what I have used, equitable distribution. Okay. Now we will talk to the next, that is the long term perspective. Long term is what? Second we have discussed. Third is long term. See, we don't have to use the resources for the short time duration. Always we want the resources for the long time. Why we want the resources for the long time? For our future. Okay. So how this can be possible? If we use the electricity or the water, best example is the water of today's. We know that underground water is getting ending day by day due to the very high amount. The requirement is so much, and the underground water is getting discharged day by day. It should be recharged also. So for this step, the underground water means the rainwater harvesting should be done for the long term. And we are discussing about this, and this also comes with the limited. Water is limited. Sea water is very much, salty water is very much, but we require the underground water because it is required in very high amount, and we know that the entire population wants this, and without water we can't live. Life is actually life. Life is a water. Water is a life. You can say in one short point. And when we are discussing about the long term, okay, long term means not only one generation, 2 generation, 3 generation. It is for the long generation. And when we are using the long term, the natural resources such as coal, petroleum or electricity, for this we should use the alternative sources of energy in a very nice manner. Example, if you are using today coal and petroleum, okay, in a very high amount, so we are not thinking of our future generation. For example, our child, what they will say, ki our parents are not understanding the meaning to save the environment. Water example, why they are not conserving the water? There are many steps to conserve the water, out of which rainwater harvesting, constructing of a dam, constructing of a ponds. There are many steps to take. We should follow this so that the long term consideration should be there. If we use in a proper manner, like electricity also, suppose what is happening, we are using the electricity, we are paying the bill also. For example, fan is running on your room, whole day. But whenever you are not in the room, then also the fan is running. So that is a wasted electricity, my dear. And also one more thing, suppose you are using the water per day 10 buckets, okay, and you are getting the high amount of water, the facility of water is there. So we should the tape what is running there. Simply you are not putting, or anywhere if you are moving, if the tape is running there, please put it off so that the water which is wasted there, means one drop of the water is very important. You think of the area which has no water, which is very important. So of today's demand for the future, it is very that is a long term demand. Okay, so first was limited, second was the equitable distribution, and third was that is we are discussing is the long term consideration. The last one is extraction and use. Extraction and use, when we are discussing, the extraction means we are totally depending on the nature only, and from where we are getting these resources. We are getting these resources from the underground, like the minerals, like coal. For example, the coal. The best example is coal or the petroleum. We know that today's demand of coal is increasing day by day in a huge amount, even petroleum also. But the both point it will come coal. It is limited also, and also when we are talking, it is the extraction of the ores. Minerals are there, bauxite is there. So when we are using these resources, we should think of the future also, that in coming future, if the resources will end, then what we will do? In many areas, the coal project is ending, even the job is ending, because when their demand is there, we are not thinking of the future, we are not saving it. So that is against the nature. We have to be very sure that the management of natural resources should be in the best way we can, and we have to be thinking about this in the best way we can. Okay. Next is the forest and wildlife. What is forest and what is wildlife? So when we talk about the forest, the resources first includes the plants and wildlife includes the animals. First means the herbs, the shrubs, the trees, and the wildlife means the small animals and the big animals, the place, the shelter to live. Both are supplement to each other, because without forest, no wildlife, and without wildlife, no forest is there. Because see, when you are talking about the plants is also one of the important need of today's, and wildlife is very very necessary. As we live in our house, the animals live in their shelter, because animals require what? Food, shelter, climatic condition. All they will get under the forest and the wildlife. And if the whole forest will destroy, wildlife will be ending, and if wildlife will be ending, forest will not be there. So there will be proper equitable distribution as well as the balance in the environment. Okay, so the trees has to be conserved. Plus, we have to think about the wildlife also, because the wildlife is also getting ending. There are many animals which are going to be extinct, which is being recorded in the Red Data book. So we have to think about this. Okay, and the last one is the stakeholder and types. Stakeholder is very very important. Actually, stakeholders are the person, we can say, who take interest in saving our resources nearby. There are 4 types of stakeholders. For example, when we are talking, first stakeholder is the nature lover. Or we can say first one, the people who are locally living in the forest. First point is the people who are living there, local people. For example, in Chhattisgarh also is many forests are there. The tribal people who believe that the forest is their god. So when the industrialists and other went to cut the forest, okay, they revolt against it and they pray, they worship the forest and save the forest in this way. Second is the nature lover. What do they do, the nature lover? The nature lover are the person who is very clear, have a vision to save the nature. They want the greenery area, the scenery area. Okay, so they are always love to have the green area around them. That is the nature lover. They revolt against the cutting down of the trees. There are many revolutions taken place according to this. And the third one is the forest department. Forest department is the government and legalized, and his duty is very very main in all the stakeholders, because their duty is to save the forest day and night 24 hours. But today it is very shameful to say that our forest department is not able to handle the cutting down of the trees. Okay, and massive amount of the cutting down of trees is taking place. The main duty if the forest department will do, and the people who will do, for example, the about the forest, nearby forest, totally it is vanished. It has been converted into the barren land, and that land will convert one day into the desert. The best example is Sahara Desert. Example. Okay, so there are many examples which I want to discuss, but in this context, in the part 1, we are discussing this only. In the part 2, later on, we will discuss more. And the fourth one, which is also very very important. What we have discussed, first one is the forest department, the person who loves the nature, and third is what? Third means the local people, the tribal people who are living near the forest, who take the interest in saving the forest. And the next one is the industrialist. Industrialist means when they select a particular area, they survey and they select a particular area, and according to that area, they put the records and they build the industries and factories. But in many times what happens, many places have the religious belief and they want the forest not to be cut down, but the industries want to be totally cut down the forest and build the industries, which is sometimes legalized also. But the common people together with that village or area where the industries are being set up together, they rebuild and have a proper management. Then only we can build the proper industries. Otherwise, if you are, industrialist means we can divide it into 2 ways. See, we are depending on the forest for our commercial use also in day-to-day life. Like we have the Tedu Patta, many villagers, like the tribal people is not only worshipping them, but they are getting the investment. Day-to-day life they are totally depending. Economically they are depending on the forest. Like the Tedu leaves, okay, the furniture they are getting, many things are there. They collect their medicinal uses, their fruit they are getting. Okay, if the forest will cut down, then who is responsible for their livelihood? So we should be managing our resources in the best way we can. and the next one we'll discuss in the part 2. Thank you everyone.